From Tuvalu to Australia, a journey of hope amid climate crisis. Imagine waking up one day to find that the place you've always called home, the safest haven you've ever known, is slowly disappearing before your eyes. This is the harsh reality that the people of Tuvalu, a tiny South Pacific island nation, are facing due to rising sea levels and extreme weather conditions. The situation is so dire that over 80% of the population, approximately 8,750 people in 2,474 family groups, have applied for the world's first climate visas to migrate to Australia. But here's where it gets controversial. While this visa program offers a lifeline to those seeking to escape the devastating effects of climate change, it also raises questions about the responsibility of countries like Australia, which continue to contribute to the climate crisis through their fossil fuel exports. Bateteba Aselu, a Tuvaluan who has applied for the visa, describes her formal life in Tuvalu as the safest place in the world, where the community looked out for each other and there was no homelessness or crime. However, the impact of climate change over the past 2 decades has become a significant challenge to people's livelihoods, forcing many to seek a new life elsewhere. Aselu, who is currently pursuing a PhD in climate change at the University of Melbourne, is one of the lucky ones who has already made the move to Australia. She lives in Melton, South Melbourne with her husband and 2 children, and is part of a small but growing Tuvaluan community. The new climate visa, which is part of the Whalepili Union Treaty signed in November 2023, allows 280 Tuvaluans to move to Australia annually. While this may seem like a small number, it represents a significant opportunity for the people of Tuvalu to build a new life in a country that is better equipped to handle the challenges of climate change. But the transition is not easy, as Aselu can attest. Adjusting to life in Australia has been quite a challenging journey for her and her family, requiring time, effort, and a strong support network. And this is the part most people miss: the emotional toll of leaving behind a homeland, a culture, and a way of life. Aselu says that despite the challenges, she is confident that Tuvaluan culture will persist, no matter where we land or where we go. The Tuvaluan community in Australia is actively working to protect and preserve their culture, with regular community events and gatherings. Frizel Uale, a young Tuvaluan who moved to Australia 4 years ago, says that he doesn't want to move back to Tuvalu to live, due to the traumatic memories of extreme weather events he experienced as a child. Instead, he sees his future in Australia, where he can access better education, job opportunities, and a more stable environment. Leni Malua Mataka, a Tuvaluan mother living in Mount Isa, Queensland, says that the new climate visa offers an opportunity to get ahead and provide a better life for her family. However, she also acknowledges the emotional impact of leaving behind a homeland and a culture. The Australian government has announced it will provide support services to help new visa holders settle into life in Australia, including briefings on life in Australia, financial and digital literacy training, and connecting visa holders with potential employment. But critics argue that this is not enough and that Australia needs to take more meaningful action to address the root cause of the climate crisis. Mahelani Delani, Pacific Community Engagement Coordinator at Greenpeace Australia, says that Australia's continued production and export of fossil fuels is fueling the climate crisis that is causing people to leave their homelands. She argues that the most meaningful action Australia can take is to rapidly and fairly phase out fossil fuels, including no new coal mines and no new dirty gas. As the people of Tuvalu continue to face the devastating effects of climate change, it's time to ask, what is the responsibility of countries like Australia to act on climate change? And how can we balance the need to provide a safe haven for those seeking to escape its effects with the need to address the root cause of the problem? We want to hear from you. Do you think the climate visa program is a step in the right direction? Or is it just a band-aid solution to a much larger problem? Australia's historic climate visa deal with Tuvalu, saving a nation from rising seas. In a groundbreaking move, Australia has opened its doors to citizens of Tuvalu, a Pacific island nation teetering on the brink of environmental disaster due to rising sea levels. This unprecedented climate visa deal, the first of its kind, aims to rescue an entire nation by allowing over 80% of Tuvalu's population to relocate to Australia. The agreement, known as the Falapili Union, signifies a pivotal step in addressing climate-induced migration and sets a new global standard. Tuvalu, comprising 9 fragile coral atolls, faces an existential threat as sea levels continue to rise. 2 atolls have already vanished beneath the waves, and the future looks increasingly dire. The Tuvaluan government has been vocal about the urgent need for international support, leading to this collaboration with Australia. Under the Falapili Union, Australia has introduced the dedicated visa category for Tuvaluans, enabling them to live, work, and study in the country. This initiative not only offers a lifeline to a population at risk, but also respects their dignity and maintains ties to their homeland. The response to the visa program has been overwhelming, with 8,750 applications submitted, representing 82% of Tuvalu's population. However, only 280 visas will be issued in the first year, highlighting the vast gap between need and availability. The Falapili Union extends beyond mere migration. It includes Australia's commitment to defending Tuvalu against crises such as natural disasters, pandemics, and military threats. This holistic approach underscores Australia's role as a reliable partner in tackling climate change. This agreement serves as a model for international cooperation in addressing climate migration. As more nations face environmental displacement, the Tuvalu Australia Initiative demonstrates the importance of proactive and compassionate solutions. Looking ahead, the success of this program will be crucial, potentially paving the way for expanded climate migration solutions. The Falapili Union sets the stage for deeper collaboration between Tuvalu and Australia, offering valuable lessons for future global efforts. In conclusion, the climate visa agreement between Tuvalu and Australia marks a historic moment in the fight against climate change. It provides hope for vulnerable populations and underscores the need for sustained international cooperation to address the growing crisis of climate-induced migration. Tuvalu's historic climate migration, a beacon of hope amid rising seas. Imagine an entire nation forced to flee its homeland, not because of war or conflict, but due to the relentless march of climate change. This is the stark reality facing Tuvalu, a tiny island nation in the South Pacific, and its groundbreaking response is capturing the world's attention. For the first time in history, a country is orchestrating the mass migration as a direct result of rising seas and extreme weather events. Over 5,157 Tuvaluans, nearly half the nation's population, have already applied for a unique visa program offering them a lifeline to Australia. This isn't just a story of displacement. It's a testament to human resilience and the desperate need for innovative solutions in the face of a global crisis. As reported by Live Science, this program, a first-of-its-kind treaty between Tuvalu and Australia, grants successful applicants the same rights as Australian citizens, allowing them to live, work, and study in a safer environment. But here's where it gets controversial. While this program offers hope, it also raises complex questions. Is this a sustainable solution, or merely a temporary band-aid on a gaping wound? Tuvalu, comprised of 9 low-lying atolls, is particularly vulnerable. Its highest point sits a mere 15 feet above sea level, making it incredibly susceptible to flooding, storm surges, and erosion. Experts paint a grim picture, predicting that much of Tuvalu will be submerged by 2050, with saltwater intrusion contaminating freshwater supplies. Residents are already adapting, raising crops above ground to combat rising salinity, but these measures are increasingly futile. Sea levels have risen a staggering 6 inches in just 30 years, a trend that shows no signs of slowing. The Australian Tuvalu Falapili Union Treaty, dubbed the world's first climate-induced migration scheme, aims to provide a dignified escape. 280 Tuvaluans per year, starting in 2025, will be selected through a lottery system. This capped migration, as explained by New Scientist, is designed to prevent a devastating brain drain, allowing Tuvalu to retain some of its skilled workforce while offering a chance for a safer future. And this is the part most people miss. While the program offers a glimmer of hope, the sheer number of applicants, over 3,125 within the first 4 days, underscores the urgency and scale of the crisis. If this trend continues, 40% of Tuvalu's population could be gone within a decade. This raises a crucial question. Can a nation truly survive when its people are forced to scatter? This unprecedented agreement sets a global precedent, potentially paving the way for similar arrangements with other vulnerable island nations like Kiribati. As Wesley Morgan, a researcher from the University of New South Wales, points out, this could be a model for the future, a stark reminder of the human cost of climate change. Is this the future we want? This program forces us to confront the harsh realities of a warming planet and the difficult choices that lie ahead. It's a story of both desperation and hope, leaving us with a crucial question. How will we respond to the growing tide of climate refugees?